Yes, it's starting. So we are in equilibrium output, savings and investment approach. So
Sorry, I could not.
I'll just come back in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll take a break. Thank you. So welcome back to the 9th session of the Economics 12th ISC refresher course. And we'll be doing the savings and investment approach.
Tamyana, you have scheduled some thing for this also, no? Money and banking.
Yes. So this is the money and banking session.
No, money and banking. I am actually I am done with. I can do money and banking. So
we don't have to do the
we don't have to
presentation.
do money and banking. Yeah, it's money and banking is primary, secondary, and contingent functions of money and all that. I know that.
Sure. So then we just continue with this and finish off with theory of income and employment. So as in the graph, y-axis is the saving and investment, and x-axis is the income or the output. And there's a negatively sloping line which starts from y dash. So is it like the marginal propensity to save? It starts from a negative line.
Oh, yes, marginal propensity to save. So, one second. Marginal propensity to save starts at a negative. And
Negative.
what is the name of the below zero? And what is the name of the graph that starts at origin, the one I drew?
The one which starts at the origin,
yeah,
is known as the marginal propensity to consume.
not this one, the next one. Yeah.
So this is O.
Yeah, what is this graph called?
This is the equilibrium output or the ADAS approach.
ADAS approach.
Yes.
Good.
And there's saving starts from my y dash, and there's an equilibrium at S is equal to I. I is the, what can be I? Is it investment?
Investment.
Yes.
Or
Y
income,
is
no?
equal to income.
I
Yeah.
thought Y is income.
Yes.
Okay. So why have we plotted? So what is this Y on the Y axis is income, right?
Yes.
So what does this Y with an apostrophe mean?
Can it be called the negatively sloping line which starts from y dash? We'll look at for it in the explanation. So according to this approach of equilibrium, the equilibrium is reached only when investment equals savings, because at this level there is no tendency for income and output to change. In the diagram, the equilibrium is at E, where saving intersects investment curve at a point.
1 second, can you go back to the diagram? So this is the savings curve, right?
Yeah.
1 second, draw it. This is the savings curve.
Yes.
The investment line.
Yes.
Done. Yeah.
And when S is more than I, S is more than I after the equilibrium point, is it so?
Yes.
Then the planned inventory would fall below the desired level. To bring back the inventory at the desired level, the producers expand the output. More output means more income. Rise in output means rise in I.
I didn't understand that. How? Why are they increasing the output when the savings? Okay, so there is more savings, so they have more income to spend. So they are
Yes.
increasing the output.
Yes, the output increases and the income also increases. So the constant line
income and the
increases.
So 1 second,
So,
can you go back to the graph? Where is the increase in income shown? Is it this line?
After, yeah,
No,
you
is
can
it
name it. Is it the constant line, which is
this one?
parallel to the x-axis?
I thought this was the investment line.
That is the investment.
So this is the income line, right?
Yeah.
That is the income line, no?
Is it so?
I'm asking. I'm not sure.
We can term this as the, we'll just go back to the explanation. We'll be clearly able to understand. So rise in output means rise in I, and rise in income means rise in S. Both continue to rise till they reach E.
No, 1 second. Rise in output means rise in I. But I is investment or income?
I is investment.
Okay. So how can we say rise in output equals rise in investment income then? Because income is Y, right?
Income is Y. It is on the on the Y axis.
Yeah. So how are we saying that increase in S, that S is increasing, so output is increasing?
Savings
so how can we
is increasing because of the increase in output.
1 second, 1 second. So this line is savings, is it?
Yeah. So the
I got
negatively
this is savings.
Line. Yes, that is
This is
savings. Yes,
saving.
yes. That's
Okay.
savings.
So with the increase in savings,
Yes. There's a
the
rise in output or a rise in income as well.
income as
So
well.
on this is the
So
x-axis.
which line depicts the income?
We just go back. Okay. Yeah. So this is savings. Are we clear on that, right?
Yeah.
And can this be, what can be this?
That is investment. And that is this one. No, that is income. The vertical line is income and the horizontal line is investment, right?
We'll just go back to the explanation where we'll be able to differentiate between this straight line, which is parallel to the x-axis,
That is
and the
investment, right?
perpendicular line. Yeah, we'll just go back to the graph if we are clear on that. So rise, so when S is less than I, then the planned inventory rises above the desired level. Okay.
S is less than I here. Can I also draw like just show
So probably that
this?
this
This is
this
less than
line,
I.
yeah, this line. Probably this line, yes.
S is less than I.
S is less than I before this point. Before this point, S is less than I. Is it right? As per the
Yeah.
explanation.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
when S is less than I, the planned inventory rises above the desired level. To clear the unwanted increase in inventory, firms plan to reduce the output till S becomes equal to I.
So can you show me what
Equilibrium takes
line
place
depicts the
only at point
inventory?
E when S is equal to I. Or
Yeah. Can
I,
you show
what
me
can be?
which line? Yeah.
So
Which line is depicting the inventory? We have established the savings line.
we've
So which line?
established the investment line also.
Yeah, investment line also. And so which one is the inventory? The
Can
vertical
it
one?
be, can it be
M1?
this? This is income, right?
I thought the y-axis is income.
So this is a constant line which is sloping, which is perpendicular to the x-axis, right?
Yeah.
What can be this line called?
Not sure.
This is the savings line which is sloping from negative y dash, and this is the
Investment.
investment line.
Yeah.
So this
Output.
is the, yeah, this is
So
the
that is the output.
investment.
And
Investment is this.
yeah. And that
This
is
is
output.
savings. So this x-axis is output, yeah. And what can be this line, which is that just passes on the equilibrium level, right? That's it.
But it's constant even after equilibrium.
Yeah,
That is
it's
employment.
constant.
Okay?
It doesn't increase or decrease. It keeps rising, but at the same level. So it must be corresponding to the y-axis then.
Yeah.
So can we read this explanation again to get to know clearly?
According to this approach, equilibrium is reached only when investment, one second, only when investment equals saving, because
Savings
at this level, there is no
level.
tendency for income and output to change. In the
Okay.
diagram, the equilibrium is at E, where savings intersects investment curve. At this point, I is equal to S.
Yes.
When S is more than 1, then the planned inventory would fall below the desired level. Can we see this on the graph? When S is more than 1, S is more than 1, planned inventory would fall. Which line is showing the fall in planned inventory?
Is this like when S is less than I, so there's not much of a rise in
No.
inventory.
It says when S is more than I.
When S is more than I, the planned inventory would fall below the desired level. We are not able to depict it on the graph. So to bring back the inventory at the desired level, the producers expand the output. So we know that the output is expanded on the x-axis, right? So there's an increase in savings, there's an increase in output. So we can just term this as is this approach there in the notes as well? There's an increase in savings. There's a
Yes.
rise in output. Okay.
Yes, this exact graph is there in the.
Okay.
No. 1 second. I'll just show it. But they've made it like two graphs that are the same. These are two separate graphs, but they're the same actually.
Yeah, we just have to follow one graph. And what is the explanation given?
According to this approach, equilibrium in income output is achieved. Savings is equal to investment. Since savings refers to leakage or withdrawal from the circular flow, and investment refers to injection into the circular flow, we can also state that equilibrium condition as the one where leakage is equal to injection.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
There are different terms used in the notes.
Yeah. Because
we have mentioned it as savings equal to investment.
Yeah. Yeah, and even in this, it's I think the same. That's what they are saying. We know S is equal to F.
Yeah.
F is bracket Y. So Y. We know S is equal to Y. Savings curve is positively related to income. However, at very low levels of income savings can be negative as consumption may be greater than income.
Okay.
I did not get this. However, at very low levels of income, savings can be negative.
So we term that line as M1.
So savings can be negative is this, is it?
Yeah. Savings is negative is the line below the x-axis. It starts from the negative line. So that is so this line.
Yeah.
That is savings is negative. That's a symbol of negative, right?
Right.
So it's a very simple explanation which is given here. So when S is more than I, then the planned inventory would fall below the desired level. To bring back the inventory at the desired level, the producers expand the output. More output means more income. Rise in output means rise in I, and rise in income means rise in S. So both continue to rise till they reach E, or S is equal to I. When S is less than I, then the planned inventory rises above the desired level. Clear the unwanted increase in inventory, firms plan to reduce the output till S becomes equal to I.
Got it. I got it. So now I got it. So basically, if at this point, I'll just draw on this. So
you
basically,
can just mark.
At this point, firms will reduce their output so that S equals E.
And to bring back to the equilibrium level.
But that's what to bring it back to equilibrium.
And when savings is less than I, what do they do?
They increase the output.
So they plan to reduce the output till S becomes equal to I.
Oh, they've said, even in the thing, they've said when S is lesser than I, they increase the output, right? When S is less than I, then the planned inventory rises above the desired level.
Yes, yes. When S is less than I, planned inventory rises.
Okay.
Inventory is just a stock. Output
Yeah.
is what can we call as the output of production.
Okay.
So we'll be able to depict this graph in the same manner in the exam.
No, I'll be able to depict it, and I'll be
Okay.
only able to explain till the equilibrium point. After that, I might be a little doubtful. Once again, I'll do this without seeing the graph.
Yeah. So it starts from the negative line.
So the point where they intersect is the point of equilibrium. This is S.
Yeah.
S.
And this constant line is investment.
I.
Yeah.
And this is E.
Yes.
So basically at this point,
Yes.
this point C, I've just named it C. The at point C, the savings is more than investment. So for that, they are increasing the output. Sorry, the supply. S is supply or savings, right?
Savings.
So they increase the
Savings is
output.
at a negative, right? It's
Yeah,
less
so
than
they increase
investment.
the output where
Yeah.
saving is equal to investment. That is point E, which is the
Yeah.
equilibrium point.
Yes.
That is where both the curves intersect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this can be called as M, right?
Which one? Yeah, M1.
This line.
But what does M1 stand for?
It can be called the income. Here in the graph, it can be called the output level.
Okay. But output level is basically consistent all the time. So then the equilibrium point becomes where all 3 points are intersecting, no?
Yeah. But they are here only calling savings equal to investment. There's no third. They don't equal it to output or income. So only savings is equal to investment. So we just keep that constant line, which is perpendicular to the x-axis. And we name this as income / output or its employment as well. So inventory is the stock in the company. It is not the output. So are we clear with the savings and investment approach? Can we move on to the next concept?
Yeah.
Investment multiplier. So before going to investment multiplier, we have still the meaning and mechanism of investment multiplier, the meaning of full employment, the problem of excess demand and deficient demand. So do we first move on? Do you want to solve the investment multiplier first? Because it's a long process. Or do we move on to full employment, which is just a definition?
Yeah, then we'll do the definition first, no?
Yeah, we'll
Full
do the
employment
definitions first.
definition.
So full
All those,
employment refers to a situation in which all those people who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate get work without any undue difficulty. It also refers to employment of all the available resources and factors of production for the production of optimum output. So it's a situation, a perfect situation where all the labor are able and available to work at the existing wage rate without demanding for a higher rate. and they get work without any undue difficulty. And there are the factors of production also are available, and the resources as well. And the output is optimum, is at optimum levels. So therefore, this is known as full employment. So this is an ideal situation, which is unrealistic, right?
Oh, I thought it is attainable. Why is it unrealistic? I mean,
Because
because of social reason, which cannot be depicted like.
yes, so always we always strive to achieve optimum output or full employment.
Okay.
So this is the main goal of all economies. Excess demand is the inflationary gap. EF indicates the excess demand or the inflationary gap. Excess demand is the excess of aggregate demand over and above its level required to maintain full employment equilibrium in the economy. It implies two things. Planned aggregate demand in the economy happens to exceed its full employment level. The level of aggregate demand surpasses the level of aggregate supply even when the available factors are fully utilized. So demand is more than the supply here. Aggregate demand is more than supply when the available factors are utilized. And
The level of
aggregate demand also exceeds the full employment level.
excess planned demand, aggregate demand in the economy happens to exceed its full employment level.
So we know
What
the
does that
definition
mean?
of full employment, right? So
Full
there are
employment, I know, where where all resources are used. Well,
where all
all the
resources are available and used. Yeah.
yeah, and planned aggregate demand in the economy happens to exceed it. I didn't get this planned
We
aggregate
just have to
demand.
remember these points. Aggregate demand, we know that is equal to consumption plus investment plus government expenditure plus net exports.
Yeah.
So
Minus
there, yeah, minus imports, which is net X. And aggregate demand is more than the aggregate supply.
aggregate
Just
demand. Okay, ha. So when okay, correct. Well, I understood.
so we have understood this
Level of
clearly.
aggregate demand surpasses the level of aggregate
Supply
supply. Available factors are fully utilized. I got it.
utilized.
The available factors are fully utilized, and the demand has still not been met.
Yes,
Basically,
the demand is not being met due to an what they say as inflation.
oh,
So next is deficient
that is
demand.
the demand pull inflation. No,
What is it?
that kind of inflation is called demand pull inflation. No, where the demand increases.
Yes. There's a cost push and a
Cost
demand
pull
pull,
and
right?
demand pull. Yeah.
Yes. And deficient demand refers to a situation where an aggregate demand in the economy falls short of aggregate supply of goods and services at full employment. Impacts are deficient demand leads to a fall in the income level, output, and employment. A
How
persistent
does
fall in the
deficient
deficient
demand
demand.
lead to fall in income? Output level, I got it. Income and employment, I didn't get. Okay, employment also I got, because if there is not enough demand, you can't employ enough people.
Yes.
Okay, so if you can't employ, got it. If you're not able to meet the demand, sorry, if there is no demand, you are not making any income, right?
Yes. There's no income and we're not able to employ. You're right.
Yeah.
And the
A
second point is
persistent
persistent
fall in
fall.
deficient demand leads to a state of depression in the economy.
Depression means does it
Uh,
be a
where
price
where there
decreases?
is a complete drop in the price for everything.
Yes, that's right. Measures to
India
correct.
has
Yeah.
not been in a depression, right?
Yeah, India has not been in a depression. It's been usually an inflation where the demand
Okay.
has not been met.
Yeah.
There have been borderline depression stages as well.
2008, I think. Is
Yeah,
that
that
the one?
was a recession.
Recession. What's the difference?
We can call a depression as a recession in the economy as well.
Okay.
So what are the measures to correct excess demand and deficient demand? Two measures by which a central bank can check the excess demand or inflation are as follows. Increase in bank rate. During
Bank rate.
inflation, bank rate is increased.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a
This
follow-up
reduces the
action,
demand for loan.
and
Yeah.
next is the open market operation.
Is the policy that focuses on increasing and decreasing the stock of liquidity with the people through sale and purchase of securities by the central bank. What does that mean?
So liquidity means cash. So open market operation is the sale and purchase of securities by the central bank. What is the Central Bank of India? Is it RBI? Yes.
RBI.
So RBI purchases and sales securities to reduce the cash with the people or the liquidity.
Oh, okay, got it.
So during excess demand or inflation, the central bank tries to sell securities. The sale of securities reduces purchasing power from the market. Consequently, aggregate demand is decreased and excess demand or inflationary gap gets combated.
Yeah.
So there are just two measures by which we can correct the excess demand and deficient demand as well. So we yet to do investment multiplier, right?
Yeah.
So investment multiplier is an important part of economic theory suggested by notable economist John Maynard Keynes. According to this concept, in the event of an increase in the investment activities, either public or private, which can be in the form of private consumption spending, government spending in an economy, there's a
1 second.
corresponding
Can you just slow down? This is going a little too fast for me.
Okay.
Investment multiplier is an important part of economics theory. This concept, in the event of an increase in the investment activities, either public or private, which can be in the form of private consumption spending or government spending in an economy. Private consumption spending is example.
Can it be private is always the citizens.
Okay.
Public is always the government.
Okay. No, I got that. Private consumption spending means what?
So when the citizens of the country are spending on goods and services, that is known as private consumption spending.
Government spending in an economy, there is corresponding increase in the by economy value more than the amount invested. Simple words, investment multiplier refers to the increase in the aggregate income of the economy as a result of an increase in the investments done by the government in the form of new projects. Okay.
The size of the investment multiplier is determined by the decisions of the households in an economy in the area of spending, which is known as marginal propensity to consume or saving. Known as marginal propensity to save. So decisions are influenced in the households by the spending and savings.
Okay.
Mainly it depends on income. When there is income, there is savings. And later there's consumption or spending as well. Isn't it right?
Yeah.
So
The size of
investment multipliers, we just have to know the definition and the formula, which is K is equal to delta Y by delta I, where
change in
delta,
income by change in investment. Whereas
change in
increase in
national income by change in investment.
change
National
in
income can also be termed as GDP.
GDP, gross domestic product, right?
Yes. So K is equal to 1 by 1 minus margin propensity to consume. There is a derivation also. There is a meaning and mechanism. Do we have to solve a numerical for this?
We have, but I don't think it's investment multiplier. The income consumption, MPC, MPS, APC.
Yes.
Income consumption, MPC, MPS, APC, APS.
APS is average propensity to consume. What is there in the notes for investment multiplier?
Yeah, there are some, I think, K is equal to, K is the investment multiplier one, na?
Yes, K is the investment multiplier. We can refer to the notes while we are doing the presentation as well. So it will be easier to comprehend.
Yeah. No, but in the notes, they have only done the numericals. I don't think they mentioned.
So there is a numerical problem here as well.
Out of, suppose the government has made an investment of 100 crores in a road construction product. This will lead to hiring of laborers, engineers, and suppliers of raw materials, logistics. In short, an investment will lead to job opportunities for many people. It will result in income generation, which results in their tendency to consume and save. Let's say the MPC of the laborers, marginal propensity of
consumption
is 0.5. That means that for every 1 rupee earned, they spend 0.5 rupees in consumption of goods and services. Okay. Similarly, we can find the value of multiplier when MPS, marginal propensity of supply.
To save.
Marginal propensity to save is equal to 0.2. Where K is equal to 1 by MPS.
K is 1 by MPS, or K is
K
also
is what
known
the
as
investment multiplier, right?
Yeah. K is investment multiplier. It can also be K is equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC, which is margin propensity to consume, or K can also be 1 by MPS, which is 1 by margin propensity to consume, to save. And when MPS is 0.2, K is equal to 1 by 0.2, K is equal to 5.
Yeah.
So therefore, it can be seen that if the MPS value is less than the multiplier, the value increases. And when the value of MPC is more than the investment multiplier becomes more. The value of MPS or MPC can be used to find the total increase in income obtained from the initial investment by using the following formula. K is equal to slope of delta y by delta I, where delta y is equal to income.
Change in income, and delta I is equal to change in investment.
Is it so? Yes. So it is a change in increase in GDP or national income by change in investment. So it is very easy to solve when there's delta y by delta I given. So investment is 100 crore in this problem, and 1 by MPS is equal to K, which is the investment multiplier. So two values are given. So delta y, which is income, national income, divided by 100, which is the investment, is equal to 1 by 0.2. So we can find the total increase in income, or the change in income will be 500 crores for an investment of 100 crores.
Okay, in an investment of 100 crores will bring total income of delta y, change in income by delta I by MPS. They have given MPS is delta I is equal to 1 by MPS, is it?
Yes.
That's the formula. So delta y by so change in income is 100.
So we'll just have a 15-minute session after this as well. So we are going to end this session. Is it possible?
No. Can we do it later once I come back? I will be back by 7.
Sure, we'll do it tomorrow then.
Okay. Sorry, huh?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.